It is what it is. It has been what it always has been. Merry Christmas, nigga! No, I'm just kidding. It's the Bullshit for Your Health podcast, episode 118. You guys know what it is. The most balanced podcast on the East Coast, the most balanced podcast on the West Coast, the most balanced podcast in the world. And if there's aliens in the fucking universe, it's the most balanced podcast in the motherfucking universe, niggas. Nah, but for real, we've been gone for a while, but we are back now, okay? A lot of things have been happening, all right? A lot of graduations, a lot of contract changes. A nigga is now in New Mexico, you know? Some niggas are still in LA, which is, you know, a much more, I don't want to say progressive city. Yeah, progressive city for sure, but like a much more like advanced city. There ain't shit to do out here in New Mexico. But when there's not shit to do, there's a lot to contemplate. And when there's a lot to contemplate, there's a lot to talk about. And today, we got some shit to talk about. But let me not get ahead of myself. Today, we got Isaiah back on the podcast. Donica is somewhere probably asleep. Devontae is out doing some frat shit. So we're going to hold it down, talk about everything that's been going on the last month, what's been going on the last 2 months, actually, and get this out to you. Probably hearing this on New Year's in 2025. But first and foremost, what we got to do is say Feliz Navidad, Happy Thanksgiving. I hope all the holidays were good for our people. But yeah, Isaiah, you got some shit you want to say to start off, or just introduce yourself again, let these niggas know who you is.
What's up, y'all? You know, I just wanted to tell y'all happy holidays. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all had a safe holiday. You know, it's kind of crazy out here, especially in New York. I saw it, bro. I meant to tell you, bro. You know what I was just reading the other day? Bro, tell me why there was a taxi cab, bro, on the day of Christmas, plowed through 6 people and injured about 6. I know, Jesus, bro. On Christmas, bro.
Wait. That get dark so quick, nigga. Like, wait.
Bro, it's wicked. Nah, but it's just like
in LA?
No, bro, this was in New York, bro. It was some New York. Yeah, bro.
Oh. I might have heard something about that. Yeah. I don't know. There's been a lot of crazy shit because there was like a shooting at Tuskegee College that was crazy too. Damn.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. That shit was wild, bro. Like, and because, you know, it's 2024 and it was a college area, people were like, I don't want to say live streaming it, but like recording it. It was crazy. But
hey, man, you would think like at the end of the year, like people would just kind of just like, you know, chill out, like kind of like
commit murder.
Yeah, like just kind of just vibe, bro. Like shit, like this 2024 has been like a rough year, bro. Like if you really
2024 was the year of shade. It was the year of hate. It was the year of jealousy. It was the year of envy. No, I'm gonna just stop.
The year of the Hitler. No.
It was the year. Squabble up, nigga. Squabble up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, because it's funny because it's like you're like, yeah, man. You know, you think people would just chill during Christmas? Tell that to Kendrick motherfucking Lamar, nigga. Okay.
Hey, that whole album, that shit was a banger, bro. That shit. I say it's a banger because like I like the West Coast shit, and it was like a whole West Coast vibe. Whether like it was from like down south.
Hold on. Are we jumping right into it? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, like we might as well.
Are we starting with the bullshit first and then get into the news, or do we want to do the news?
All right.
I do think maybe we should start with some news because I do have to issue a public apology. Okay. Shit. I did get some shit wrong. All right. For all the listeners out there,
damn.
Last in October. And since October, we have gone past November 4th. And so the predictions that I had so hubrisly spoke on did not come true. Kamala Harris lost the 46th presidential election. 46, right? Because Obama was 44. Trump was 47th presidential election.
Yeah,
My bad. And Donald J. Trump has won. So again, we've now had 2 months, or about 2 months. It's about a month and 3 weeks to settle a bit since that night. I was actually talking to you, Isaiah, on that night. It was pretty fucking.
That was a wild night, bro.
Honestly, it wasn't as crazy as 2016 when he won the first time, but it was similarly disappointing, I do think. But yeah, man, Donald Trump won, Kamala lost. I have some thoughts on why it happened, and I think a few other of our news stories will be what's the word, along the same tone of this conversation, because I think there's a larger thing at play happening in America, right? But yeah, no, man. It was a pretty decisive victory. I think what Trump. How many electoral votes did Trump get in the election? I had a picture of it somewhere on my phone. Hold up, I got you guys. We're always prepared. Oh, gotta scroll past all the photos from my recent vacation to Dubai, which was quite cool. It's here somewhere.
It's
Oh, yeah, right here. Although this is just the breakdown of the demographics of who fucking won.
because he had a lot this around. Because I don't think
He
it
had,
was
he had one last time, I'm pretty sure.
247 sounds about right, or 270.
No, that's you need 270 to win.
I think he had like above 270, right? 294. I think that 294.
Yeah, it was something fucking decisive.
Yeah, because at first I thought she was gonna win at first, but there were so many states that didn't flip. I fell asleep because I was just like, whatever happens, happens. Like,
Yeah, once he won Pennsylvania, I left the bar. I said, "Nah, nigga, we done."
yeah, because like honestly, like as much as like I think it's like important to vote and everything like that, like I feel like I did my part, and there's really nothing else I can do. Like as a single person, like I mean, there's a more majority of Americans like Donald Trump, like, and that goes to show like on this election.
Damn,
They said,
damn, yo, that nigga got 312 electoral college votes.
oh yeah, see, so like it's just like how can you be? And I wouldn't say I was surprised. It was just like I can't even be like mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that's just America. Like, and there were so many like Latinos voting for him. I've heard like I've had some friends that are black or like just minorities that voted for him.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's not bring the niggas in there because unanimously black men, black women voted for Kamala. But yes, it was Trump. I mean, he won basically because the majority, not the majority, but a large number of white women voters who voted for Biden flipped to Trump. A small segment of Biden white male voters who voted for Biden switched to Trump, and then a larger segment of Latino men
Vote.
voted for Trump. And then we did see a good number. It didn't really matter, I think, if they all came out to vote because really what sank Kamala Harris is that she did not win white women. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Yeah,
you lose that large of the voter base because they are so fervent in trying to vote against their best, like their bodily autonomy, I guess. I mean, let me not throw too much shade too soon, but like,
but we gotta be honest though. Like, and it's okay to be honest because like I feel like that's something that we need to talk about. Like, and not like get
what, black men voting for Trump?
yeah, like just black men, Latino, even just women, like white women, like house women, like just anybody that like is going against, like, or
I do
just
think, but like, okay, so here's my take on it, right? There's multiple levels of things at play.
Mhm.
We can't just look at the voter base and say, you were wrong for not voting for my idea of what I think is right.
No,
At
no,
the
no.
end of the
That-
day,
yeah.
no, no,
Hello.
no. What? You broke up.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I can't tell if it's my internet or your internet. It's probably my internet, if I'm being honest.
I think I can hear you. Oh yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Yeah, nigga, I'm good. Can you? Oh, I don't know if you can hear me or not. Shit, damn. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going. Oh shit. Yeah, let me. Damn.
Wait, can I hear you now? I think I can hear you now. You can hear me?
No. Okay. Two new recordings. It's fine. All right. But yeah, so basically, what I'm trying to say is that before we can harp too much, because there's blame to go around in so many places, right?
There is. That's
And
not.
while I think a part of a large part of the blame is on the electorate, specifically the electorate who makes less money than me or the same amount of money as me and voted for a billionaire who is now pushing far more of our government towards oligarchy, even though we're a very oligarchic state to begin with,
Oh yeah.
but we're pushed there more so when you put niggas like Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk in cabinet positions that don't exist. And I don't know about you, but like if you own Tesla stock since the election, Tesla stock went from $250 a share to $450 a share. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I think there is a large part of blame to be put on the electorate just not being intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Like not having enough self-preservation to do enough research to understand that, okay, even if I don't feel like I felt the effects of the Biden administration, voting for the Trump administration was going to push me back even further, right?
I'm with you.
I think that has been the case now for a ton of years. Me and Tete in the past have argued about how effective the Democratic Party has been when they've been in office at reaching the largest majority of Americans, right? So I'm not talking about middle class Americans. I'm talking about working class,
Yeah.
poor Americans, which is the majority of America. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And because of that, I look at the Kamala Harris campaign has to be the one. The Kamala Harris campaign, the Democratic Party, has to hold the majority of the blame. They just do. And I think it's one of those things where the second you see Democratic operatives or pundits, the second the election is over, trying to deflect blame from the campaign and the Democratic Party, is very indicative of the problems that we've had. Like they don't listen, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
From the jump, the fact that Joe Biden didn't drop out of the race early enough, the fact that Joe Biden decided to run again, knowing that he's been having some cognitive difficulties, his handlers knowing he's been having some cognitive difficulties, Democratic establishment seeing the pushback, you know, over the last 4 years of Biden's missteps and the worriness we had, the fact that they decided to run him all the way up to the first debate and have him look like an aging person. I don't want to say an aging person, a person who was not aging gracefully on that stage
Oh, nigga, he's a
was.
crazy person. Let's keep it real. Let's
But no, but like just because you're aging doesn't mean you're not coherent. Doesn't mean you're not cognitively able to do any type of
in
job
this
to a certain level.
instance, that nigga is aging. Let's keep it real.
No, but aging poorly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but he's
Yeah, like Bernie Sanders is damn near the same age, if not older than Joe Biden, and like
he's sharp
is still
as fuck.
articulate, still sharp as fuck.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't want to put any derogatory feelings to the word aging. So aging poorly, but they
Okay.
trotted this nigga out there on that national stage
Mhm.
as like this is who we think is the best, right? After they denied the opportunity to have a primary, right,
Mhm.
for the voters to decide. They said we're gonna trot this man out there. He fucking fell down on his face, right?
Yeah.
To the point where they then again decided not to do a primary and just give the nomination to Kamala Harris. Even if she was who I voted for, I can see the faults in removing choice from the Democratic constituency. I'm not saying that if Kamala had been in a primary with, let's say, Bernie Sanders, with Gavin Newsom, with Ben Shapiro, not Ben Shapiro.
Oh, no, I was like,
There's like it's like Dave Shapiro. I forget, not Dave Shapiro. There's like a Democratic candidate that has the name Shapiro too. Hold up, let me see if I can find his name.
yeah, let me find the name too, because shit, Ben Shapiro's Democrat. That would have been
Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro.
Josh Shapiro.
Yeah, he's like
Heard of him.
one of the rising stars of the Democratic Party.
Oh,
If they had a primary, would Kamala not have won that primary? There are some people who are saying, of course she wouldn't have won it. Personally, I don't want to go out there and speak on shit that we don't know to be true because it never happened. But, let's just say if Kamala had won through the regular means, I think it would have been a boost to her campaign. But unfortunately, they didn't do that. They just handed her the nomination. So you had this general sense of unease, I think, of the majority of Democratic voters, right?
mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where even if we were happy with them removing Joe Biden and getting somebody who could form coherent sentences like Kamala Harris, it still had this lingering taste of this isn't democracy. You know what I'm saying? This isn't our choice. So then you take that, and Kamala came out on the campaign firing. I mean, she was talking about the child tax credit. She was talking about, or her VP, her vice presidential candidate, was talking about these socialist style policies such as free school lunch for all kindergartners. She's talking about, I don't want to say draining the swamp, but like actually doing things to improve on the corruption we currently see in our political system. All of that changed once she started getting backed by multiple think tanks, by multiple large donors. She raised over $1 billion. And then we saw her take a less populist stance to further the campaign win. She wasn't talking about the policies that touch the hearts of working class Americans. She was doing more centrist politics. She was walking out with Liz Cheney. She was getting endorsements from different Republican, I don't want to say stars, but establishment voices. And she was trying to reach across the aisle and pander. I don't want to say pander, pander to Republican voters. And it just moved her so much further away from the base of the Democratic Party. And she also neglected to distance herself from Biden policies, that it just was more of the same. And it really shot her in the foot, bro. Like right now, I think the largest problem with the Democratic Party is that they don't have a message. They don't have an overarching ideal or like something for people to hold on to. Whereas Trump, and for all of his fallacies, while he might be corrupt, while he might be a misogynist,
He's
while he
more
might
relatable.
be a convicted sexual offender,
Yeah.
while he might be a a person of so much insane wealth that there's no way in hell he knows about the daily lives of you or me or anybody even struggling, to make ends meet.
Facts.
He still spoke to the fears and the emotions of his base. And unfortunately, it seems like a large number of swing voters. You know what I'm saying? And I think if the Democratic Party is going to want to be fucking competitive, you know what I'm saying, in the upcoming elections, we really got to move the party away from that centrist, almost conservative style politics they've adopted and get back to the progressiveness populism of working class Americans. Like, for example, Bernie Sanders just dropped his Make America Healthy Again what do you call it? Bill,
Huh?
and the things listed in it are so I don't say are so progressive, but they're so
They're way different than what we're used to.
indicative of what he stands for and why so many people felt energized by Bernie Sanders
Uh huh.
before he was sabotaged by the Democratic establishment.
Uh huh.
That I just feel like if the Democratic Party as a whole adopted this style of rhetoric, right? Medicare for all, lower cost of prescription drugs, paid family and medical leave, reform the food industry, raise the minimum wage, lower the work week to 32 hours, like real, like crazy, not crazy, but just real ideas. You know what I'm saying? Things that aren't incremental change. Because at the end of the day, me or you can understand because we have the, what do you call it? The space, the bandwidth, because we do make enough money to support ourselves. We don't have necessarily large families to provide for that shrinks our money. We have the bandwidth to kind of deep dive into how the Biden administration did do a lot of positive things. But at this point, I think so many Americans are hurting. So many Americans feel like they can't even fucking get enough space, enough financial freedom to just take a weekend vacation to the goddamn beach 2 hours away from them.
Uh huh.
That like the things that the Democratic Party are talking about, or at least trying to espouse on the American people, just fall flat. And we saw it this election, bro. So I get it's like, yes, there's a lot of stupid people in this country. But if you're a politician, the whole goal is to win. So you have to play to the strengths of the constituency. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If you like, pause. Let's say it like this: if the electorate is stupid, stop talking to them as if they're not stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I feel somebody like Trump, who is unfiltered, who doesn't speak in pejoratives or speak in ways that are super polished talking points, it really strikes a chord with America. You know what I'm saying? Or Americans, right?
Mhm.
It's the fact that Trump is able to go on, and we could talk about how certain podcasts, Joe Rogan, The Flagrant Show, humanized Trump because he was able to sit there for 3 hours and shoot the shit. And then Kamala Harris, unfortunately, wasn't able to do the same thing, even when she went on shows like um, Call Her Daddy, because again, unfortunately, the
Bro,
elitism.
that was disappointing, bro.
Huh?
That was disappointing.
But yeah, but like
She got called to on
the
the Dave Ramsey show too, and Trump accepted that. Um, I remember like whenever they were doing the campaign, and I remember he did that. He went on the Joe Rogan show, like you said, and then he went on several other podcasts, and like he was just like you said, like he was just more relatable. He was like kind of like like you said, he humanized. He was more humanized. He seemed human, whereas like Kamala Harris, like she just seemed like untouchable. She seemed like, she was a celebrity, in my opinion. And then, or what I just see actually, like it's not really my opinion, it's just like what people see. And she just didn't seem like a relatable like person as much as like she did sometimes, like she would like kind of like hint or try to be relatable, but it didn't feel genuine.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. Because you said celebrity, and I think that is a conservative talking point. And when I say conservative, people who voted, who came out and said they voted for Trump, right?
Yeah.
I might not think that it's conservative in the same meaning that we've been using it for years to mean kind of xenophobic or racist or anti LGBTQ. But what I'm saying is a lot of political pundits since the election has happened, I think have been reading the room really wrong. And one of the things they've been saying is that Kamala Harris seemed more celebrity. Trump used the same level of celebrity. But he was able to tap more into what the American electorate, especially like what it looks like now, right? So Gen Z is voting. You know what I'm saying? not Gen X, the next generation after Gen Z, a few of them are starting to vote.
Oh hell yeah.
They're not watching MSNBC, CNN. They're not watching Stephen Colbert show. They're watching, podcasts. They're watching social media platforms, and that's what Trump spoke to. So he used celebrity the same way. He just did it better, and he did it more authentic to himself. You know what I'm saying? So
Even the podcast though too, like you know how like in the news, like there's a certain like I want to say like it's kind of like scripted and like they really can't go like I can't really think of the words right now, but I'm just gonna make it quick. Simple. Like they can't go out of bounds of like the talking points that like normally like traditionally like news, like there's certain talking points that they have to talk about on the news, whereas in a podcast like there's really no filter. Like you said, like he could spend 3 hours kicking the shit and then like he can literally be answering questions that like you wouldn't even get like on a live televised like news outlet like at all. So it's just like I think honestly in the next election, I think podcasts are going to be a big thing in the next election. I'm calling it right now. And
I mean, for sure, when these podcasts are getting millions of views a week, Joe Rogan gets millions of views each episode.
Yeah.
The Flagrant Show gets millions of views each episode.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club gets millions of views. They do better than a lot of contemporary, for sure, television, but even like online media that we've thought to be what do you call it?
Like it's
institutional.
Yeah,
institutional. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry.
But do you find that crazy though that like there's like each like because this is like to me this is like history in a way repeating itself because like first it was like if you really think about it like it was like kind of like the newspapers and like we would get our information from newspapers, then it would like be like the news, and then like now we're moving into like the thing where we're like getting into the podcast age and we're kind of like diving into
Sure. That happened when you saw what Nixon versus was it Reagan? Nixon, not Reagan. Nixon versus Reagan. Nixon versus JFK.
Yeah, I think.
And they went on television, and Nixon looked so sweaty, so visibly nervous, and Reagan, or not Reagan, Kennedy was fucking polished. He was young. He was handsome. Nigga was just like, yeah, I'm voting for that dude. You know what I'm saying? I think even in the 2008 presidential election, not 2008, my bad, 2012 with Obama. Oh wait, Obama was 2008 too, right?
I want to say so. Yeah,
he was president. He was that was 2000. It was 2000.
Because he was after.
Yeah, he won in 2008 and he went to 2012.
Yeah,
and then 2012 and 2016. Yeah. But Obama, I think, really harnessed the power of social media. I mean, come on, niggas, but like social media in a way that had never been done before.
Yeah,
So I agree with you. I do think it was the Trump administration being able to utilize new media in a way that the Democratic administration, in their, let's just say it, geriatric brains, weren't able to comprehend, let alone utilize.
Because I heard too that they used the same people that that campaigned for Obama and did the publicity for Obama. Kamala Harris used the same people, and they thought they were going to do the same thing. And it, like you said, it shot her in the foot in the long run. So
yeah,
I think they're going to take this as a lesson. Honestly, a hard lesson.
No, unfortunately, I'm worried they're not going to.
Why?
Because what you've seen a lot of because the problem with bubbles, right, is that it's so hard to look outside your bubble. Personally, Devontae, he predicted Trump was going to win. And he was telling Jabari, I think you're in your bubble too much, that you don't, or you're failing to see how hurt and how, I want to say, apathetic the majority of Americans are to our government, just in general.
Fact.
They don't feel its touch. They don't feel like government helps them. So a lot of them are checked out. And when they see the same old style of politician versus, again, even if the nigga did do some fucked up shit, because a lot of the electorate, again, we're stupid. We have microwave brains. We have microwave attention spans. Niggas done forgot about all his last 4 years, but they still see a nigga who's going to talk off the cuff, go out there and be at a fucking presidential campaign rally talking to the LGBTQ and be like, where's all my LGBTQs? And then it'd be like, he's gay? He doesn't look gay. And just like talk off the cuff in a way that they've never seen. They're going to vote for that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I will admit, there was a part of me that was clouded by my own pretentious thoughts that, no, we're better than that. We're smarter than that. A large majority of people have the bandwidth to understand a lesser of two evil argument, especially when we've already seen that evil before. Mm-hmm. But I was naive. I definitely did not allow myself to accept how apathetic this next generation, like the generation, not just my generation, but the generation like below, are to our overall political process.
Sorry.
How much more we're trying to get into a, well, fuck it, I'll do it myself mentality. And the problem, I think, with the current Democratic political news establishment is that a lot of these guys are career politicians, career government workers. A lot of these people on these mainstream news channels fear for their own livelihoods, and instead of coming to the conclusion that, hey, this whole thing just needs to get fucking ripped down and rebuilt from the ground up, they're trying to find any and every excuse other than the party in and of itself as to why this happened. And so you started to hear things like, oh, Kamala's campaign went too far to the left, right? She was too much on trans issues. But when you look at the data, the campaign didn't talk about trans issues nearly at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're denying the fever that a populist agenda that Bernie Sanders introduced in 2016 is still there for their party. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And until I think the Democratic Party as a whole accepts the populism of their base, the same way that Trump has tapped into the xenophobic, fearful, racial populism of the far right, you won't have a candidate who has the charisma and passion to captivate an electorate to win. Because again, Donald Trump didn't just beat Kamala Harris. He wiped the floor with her, bro. Mm-hmm. Like embarrassingly so. So again, we can talk all we want, and I'm agreeing with you. Them white women, them Hispanic men, those few black men, and then of course, the white man who voted for Donald J. Trump, you're stupid.
Fuck you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Honestly, we don't have to say fuck you because we can start talking about some of the shit that Donald Trump has proposed doing, right?
No, I can't say that, bro. We gotta love everybody. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm saying fuck them. I'm saying we don't even have to say that because they're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
Donald Trump
facts.
is proposing a second round of his corporate tax cuts, okay? He's proposing a 15-week federal abortion ban, right? Regulatory rollbacks. That's going to affect different industries like energy, healthcare, and finance. He's talking about tariffs on a blanket tariffs on American or Chinese imported goods, which is always going to be kicked back to the consumer. It's going to hurt the very same voters more so than me or you. It's going to hurt us too, but we're gonna feel it to a lesser degree than the people who make even less money than us. For example, the poor bastard we talked to at the goddamn at the bar during the election night,
Bro,
who was like,
that shit was not funny, bro. That shit was so sad, bro. I had
"This shit was pretty funny."
I had to take a step back, and I'm like, damn, bro. Like, there's really niggas that really think like this out here, bro. Like,
But at the end of the day, we can keep blaming
no,
niggas for being.
it's not a blame, but it's just like, damn, you got to really like take a step back and be like, damn, like there's really people out here that really like like, I mean, because like you hear it, you don't even really think about it, like you know that they're out here, but you really don't know that they're out here really thinking about that. But then you're just like, damn, like this shit is really scary,
Bubbles, bro. You live in LA, and I'm gonna keep it a band. There's a lot of fuck niggas in LA,
bro.
but unfortunately, LA
There's
is
a
really
lot of
progressive.
race.
I'm out here in New Mexico now, bro. In Roswell, New Mexico, it is a stretch of road.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, my nigga, ain't shit to do out here.
mm-hmm.
At Playbase is where everybody goes to drink.
Where?
Closes Applebee's.
Oh,
I said it.
I was like, what?
That shit closes at like motherfucking 9, and then everything else is shut down, bro. Like,
Oh, that sucks, dog. Damn.
niggas out here are hurting, bro. Like, if you're not, and again, we talk a lot about coastal elites or coastal whatever, and a large part of that is that, yeah, because blue states have more progressive policies, quality of life there is better. Now, of course, you see other problems like rising cost of living, but at the end of the day, a lot of people want to move there. It's going to be more expensive to live there. Now, there's other reasons why it's artificially high, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like, there's a reason why we call it elitism, because the elites move to these areas. But unfortunately, because all the elites move to these areas, leaving these other pockets of the country to to live in abject poverty at times, you know what I'm saying? And like,
Facts.
even if it's not object poverty of economics, object poverty of opportunity, bro, like people get into their bubbles and they just don't believe the same old story they've been getting told. I mean, for at least, I'm 30. For the last 30 years, bro. We still live in a time where we don't have Medicare for all. We don't have a government offered affordable healthcare plan. The cost of college is still crazy high.
Dog, my shit went up.
The federal minimum wage has not gotten to $15 yet.
Yeah.
Still. We're still fighting in wars that the majority of Americans don't believe we should be fighting in.
Facts.
Shit really, from a macro level, I think is viewed as not changing. And that's the problem, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get back to a time when the Democratic Party stands for progressive, radical change. I'm talking New Deal era politics, bro. I'm talking, yo, where are the policies that improve people's lives, like a federal minimum wage or a social security? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's like that, or do you think that it's two parties two parties or two Senate, like, because you have the Senate and the House, or do you think it's just people just can't agree on like certain things, or just like willing to compromise? Because I think it's just
No,
being willing to compromise.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I do think it's that, because I don't think at the macro level the two parties don't disagree. The two parties, both in Congress, Senate, and even at the federal level,
Yeah.
are bought and paid for by the same people. There's a reason why neither campaign had a progressive view on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Yeah. They were
There's a reason why
quiet.
we can get mad at what is his name? Not Dan Schneider, the nigga, the fucking Republican with the eye patch and his insider trading.
Oh,
But we can also
I forgot his name.
Dan Crenshaw.
No,
Dan Crenshaw at his insider trading. But we also got to look at Nancy fucking Pelosi and her insider trading.
Gosh,
You know what I'm saying?
she's disgusting, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not that the two parties disagree all that much.
Mhm.
They disagree enough so that the most I don't want to say disingenuous. The most optimistic observer of our politics can be like they're different. But for the majority of us, we're kind of like, yeah, no, they're kind of on the same fucking page, bro.
Yeah.
They're doing the job of the donor class,
Do do you
and
think?
that's the problem.
Yeah. Do you think though, like
That's what
the
it
government is
is.
built like that? Like that's what the founding fathers like kind of envisioned. Like it's
No,
to
no, bro, not at all.
because like if
One of the founding fathers this hated political parties. He said this would literally be the fucking thing that happened because of political parties. Was it Theodore Roosevelt? Damn, I think it's that one, nigga. Not Theodore Roosevelt. Damn, hold up. Benjamin Franklin? I think that nigga.
yeah, dude, I need
I'm sounding hella ignorant right now.
dog. I'm
Let
sorry,
me.
y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. We need to read some books. Do some reading. But like, no. Finish your thought. Finish your thought. Finish your thought,
Yeah, I'm trying to get the Thomas Jefferson. God damn, bro.
bro.
Thomas Jefferson hated political parties, and at the end of the day, we haven't been this corrupt since they repealed Citizens United, since they repealed Glass-Steagall, and we allowed super PAC money to be a part of our presidential elections as speech. Right now, the Supreme Court has ruled that millions of dollars, while it can't be given directly to a candidate, can go to a super PAC that goes to help candidates. And they've determined that money equals speech. So my outcry or my tweet or my role at whatever what do you call it town hall is the same as George Soros giving $1 million to a presidential campaign, or AIPAC, the largest Israel lobby, giving millions of dollars to multiple different candidates to get them elected, or to help not elect or primary certain other populist candidates, such as Nina Turner or not Ketanji Brown. She's the fucking Supreme Court justice, but there was a few other populist Democratic candidates who have run for Senate and Congress over the last 8 years that AIPAC has funded their primary opponents. It just spent so much money that it drowned out those candidates.
Mm-hmm.
We are not living in a representative democracy. We're living in more of an oligarchy, bro. Money talks. It always has talked. And this is what we've been talking about the last few podcast episodes. And I personally feel like it's one of the reasons why, despite the rhetoric that comes from certain politicians,
Mm-hmm.
in a large scale, a lot of Americans don't feel any change. It's all incremental.
True.
It's not widespan.
I mean, because like I feel like there's like certain issues that we're still fighting on that we've been fighting over for years and years and years and years and years, and it still hasn't came to a solution. So I think personally, it's just part of like two parties can't come, or not even two parties, but two different people can't come to a compromise, to an agreement. But then also too, like we've also brought ourselves to the point where we're at this state right now, where like you said,
Let me ask you this.
yeah.
If the two parties can't come to an agreement, why do certain things get passed every year? Why do they keep expanding the defense budget, even though the Department of Defense can't pass a budget?
Wait.
Why do neither party ever come to terms on universal health care? Never come to terms on term limits? Never come to terms on money in politics?
Well,
There's certain things that both parties agree to every time shit comes to question.
and this could just be a conspiracy theory, so just bear with me on this. My idea behind this is that like it's better for them to like look like they disagree, because it kind of like polarizes the country, and it kind of like I want to say like it kind of like I don't know, builds like a morale, like if you really think about it, with like two different people. And like it's better to have chaos than there is to like always compromise on things. And it's easier to hide certain things that like both parties do, because like no party is innocent in this. Let's just keep it real. Like
I agree.
both parties do shady shit. Both parties are not.
Both parties get dark. Both parties are funded by big corporation money.
Yes.
What I'm saying, Isaiah, is this. For a long time, what you're saying is true. Politically, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party have been going to war over identity politics from both sides,
Yeah.
right? But governing-wise, what bills they actually introduce, what policies are actually being proposed, these niggas have been kind of on the same page for a large amount of years. And it's because, in my opinion, you have so much money coming in and superseding the will of constituents. There's for example, like,
so it's like more
marijuana,
a cash flow thing. Like they don't want to mess up the cash flow, basically. Like because IUPAC is the cash flow, basically.
Yes, bro.
They would rather have.
Think about this. Think about this, bro. What is the average salary of somebody in Congress?
I want to say Kamala Harris. Well, it was between her and her husband. They got 400,000. I'm just using her as an example. I'm not saying
that's the president.
Yeah. I think 150, and then they get benefits and everything. I want to say
$174,000. The Speaker of the House, $223,000.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think Nancy Pelosi's net worth is?
Bro, she has sick money probably. And this is just a rough estimate too. Just bear with us too.
Nigga, are you ready for this? Take a guess, my nigga.
Almost $1 billion.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I should have said take a guess. I shouldn't have laughed.
Wait,
$240 million, my nigga.
You lying, bro?
No, bro.
My nigga, what?
Why does Nancy Pelosi husband's stock portfolio outdo the NASDAQ SP 500 every year consistently for so many years, dog?
That lady is cheating, bro. She is cheating. She is cheating.
But we don't even gotta stay. We don't even gotta just stay at Nancy Pelosi. What is that turtle nigga's name? He had a fucking stroke on national TV.
Damn, bro.
Mitch McConnell.
Oh yeah, Mitch McConnell, bro. That didn't look funny, bro. Even Rudy Giuliani, I think too. Rudy Giuliani's another one.
You ready for this?
What's up?
$34.1 million.
Seriously?
Yes, bro.
Damn.
This is what I'm fucking saying, dog. It's not the fact that these niggas don't disagree enough or that these niggas disagree too much. It's that, no, when it comes to lining their pockets, when it comes to making sure they're eating, bro, they agree. They might do all the political mumbo jumbo, yo, we don't like Mexicans, close the border, trans bathrooms. But as long as they still getting the bread, my nigga, they don't give a fuck about none of that shit. They don't give a fuck about me or you. And that's the problem, dog. That's the fucking crux of the goddamn issue. Our politicians are bought and paid for. And if anybody thinks that your one vote, that your voice matters when somebody else is paying them $500,000 to get reelected, oh, come on now.
You living in
money talks.
Yeah.
We're living in an era where bitches are popping their pussy on OnlyFans for $5 a goddamn subscription.
That's funny. No, you lie. You're not.
Niggas are on the fucking internet going yum 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 for donations.
True.
And we think our politicians are any better? Bro, humans are so corruptible, and the only way that we can try to keep niggas in check is by having rules and regulations. And unfortunately, because for a long time our news, our information systems have been corrupted, the general public has been force-fed these cultural war narratives to distract them from them robbing us and destroying the rules and regulations that were in place for so many years. Because remember, this isn't the first time in our history that we've had a moment where the wealth gap was as crazy as it was. The upper 1% of Americans owning 50% of the wealth in the country. The upper 1% of Americans. There's 330 million people in this country. 1% of that 333 million own 50% of the wealth in the country.
That's crazy, bro.
But it's been like this before.
Mhm.
In the 1920s, the Gilded Age, when we started using antitrust laws, breaking up these monopolies, because we were getting to a point where, niggas had too much money, people were starving, living in shanty towns, and you had the Great Depression and shit going on right after the booming 20s. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is coming too, bro. And niggas don't.
We're already in it, bro.
Not like the.
Listen.
Me and you
no.
not lived in a state of a recession or depression like that. We have not yet.
I'm not talking about me or you, dog. I'm talking about the majority of Americans.
Who?
The niggas who lived through the 2008 financial crisis and never recovered. The niggas who have been laid off in this literal recession we're living in right now.
Yeah, but
the niggas who are working in different jobs for minimum wage and can't afford a one-bedroom apartment for themselves.
I think that's a different topic though, because there's some people that like do that, like it's individualistic. But me and you and just all majority of Americans don't know what it's like to be hungry like
and to be no. Isaiah, you keep talking about yourself as if you are living in the reality that I'm talking about. Bro, you have an education. You are blessed to be employed in a role that your education benefited you.
No doubt.
And you're blessed to be making an amount of money that you can afford a certain lifestyle. You also don't have a wife, a family to feed yet, right? So that kind of complicates things. But for sure, there are a majority of Americans who, if they got like statistically, I think that the statistic is there's a majority of Americans in this country. If they got one extra surprise bill of $400, it would financially bankrupt them.
I know, but
that could be.
That has to do with like management of education. That has to do with different factors, though. I feel like the poor.
Listen.
Yeah,
Isaiah. The main factors I'm talking about is that you cannot work a minimum wage job in this country and provide for yourself. That didn't used to be the case. You used to be able to go work in a factory for minimum wage, come home and provide for a family a house, and your wife not have to work.
I get that, bro, but like
you got niggas in the military who come back and live in poverty, in abject poverty.
I know, but that has to do with deal with different like. There's different things at play whenever stuff like that comes to happen. Personally,
like what? You think niggas can either be smarter and pull themselves up by their own bootstraps?
No.
Because that's what one side of the aisle has been telling niggas. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to take away from personal responsibility. There is that to be at play in every situation, of course. But if you're not going to say the opportunity for the low wage, there is no more low skill, high wage work. And because of that, a lot of Americans are hurting.
But raising the minimum wage though isn't going to solve the issue though. It's just going to.
It would help part of it.
No, because then you're going to have the upcharge of goods. Then you're going to have the company upcharge.
Pause. Those are Republican talking points. What I'm telling you is one of the things the Kamala Harris campaign was talking about was government watch over large corporations, right? We're talking about like, okay, so if Walmart starts paying its employees $25 an hour, they're gonna raise the price of eggs from I don't know what $6 to $12 because what? Because supply has decreased and demand has increased? No, that's not how it works. It's because Walmart says, oh shit, well we started paying them more. We need to keep our fiduciary responsibility to our company to make more money every year for our fucking CEOs or CFOs and all of our shareholders, that we're going to objectively raise prices more so than they need to be. Because also, Walmart has fucking monopolized itself to a point that it's destroyed any small competition grocery stores in most areas. So where are you going to go to buy your eggs, nigga? What Kamala Harris campaign was talking about was saying that shouldn't be the case. But our political system, our government system, has been so fucking fucked by politics that we've reduced regulation to the point where that can happen. To the point where working class Americans, unfortunately, on both sides of the aisle, have deluded themselves to think this is fucking normal. It's not. It's not fucking normal that, yo, I can't leave this shitty job because if I don't, I won't have health insurance. And God forbid I get in a car accident and I have to get a fucking surgery to fucking save my leg from being amputated. And now I'm in $40,000 worth of debt. It's like, bro, like the system is so skewed against working class people that any level of mistake, right, can fucking financially ruin you. And it shouldn't be like that when we live in the wealthiest country in the world, dog. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that even if you raise minimum wage, made 4-year university free, universal health care, that there wouldn't be people who still fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not even the people, though. It's just that if you do that, you're going to raise the price on everything, and then we're going to be back in the same situation. Because we could say that in some state. I mean, like, for example, California, they just did their minimum wage increase. And then I just read that they're also upcharging the price of, like, I don't eat fast food. Like, just saying, I don't, like, really eat it, but they're causing the price of fast food to go up because they're having to get more of their workers minimum wage, and it's just putting.
Yes, but Isaiah, but what I'm saying is,
using that
no. But what I'm saying is, in good government, is that a result of Burger King and McDonald's losing money so they can't operate these stores anymore, or is that a capitalistic function of unfettered capitalism and literal fucking corporation saying we are going to lose money? And when I say lose money, I'm not saying like, okay, so again, what I'm saying is these multinational corporations who are not just in America, by the way. I just went to Dubai. You know how many fucking Starbucks are over there, my nigga? You know how many Shake Shacks are over there, my nigga? These are multinational corporations. They're not saying, oh, because we've raised the minimum wage and the benefits of the people who allow us to make money in the first place, we can no longer operate. No, what they're saying is because we've given a better livelihood to our employees, profit-wise, we're not going to make as much money. And when I don't make enough profits, I can't break off more dividends to shareholders. I can't give more bonuses to large fat cat CEOs already. So we got to do something so that we can still keep making more profits. That's not okay. Like,
and I'm not.
That's not a system.
I'm not saying it's okay, but there has to be a better solution than that because, like.
Well, hold on.
And you can't really compare Dubai to America because they're two different.
I can't. But no. I'm not comparing Dubai to. I can compare Dubai to America, honestly, because they're trying to change around their economy a little bit, so you see it get more touristy based, and they do have a crazy oligarchy type system where 92% of the population are working class and live in abject poverty, but the other 8% who live there live like fucking kings. Is what I'm telling you is. Big corporations and what they do should not in any way have say in what our government says. The government is supposed to work for the people.
It should. Yeah.
And help mitigate the damage that these multinational corporations have on its people. And right now, because our government is bought and paid for by the same multinational corporations we're talking about, there is no protections, or there's been less and less protections for workers. If you are a business who can't afford to pay a living wage for your employees, to not have them live in object poverty, you might not. Probably shouldn't be a business. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like we're talking about like these systems in play that we've gotten used to that take the humanity out of everything and are only living to the almighty dollar. And what I'm saying is that's why we're living in a system that seems so fucked, and it seems like everything is in disarray and there's nothing we can do about it. But there is things we can do about it, and there is shit that can be done. You know?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how high. I don't give a fuck how high McDonald's, Shake Shack, Burger King wants to raise their prices if their workers have great benefits where they're not looking at bankruptcy or denied care for certain medical procedures.
Right.
That every child can eat. A free school lunch, a free school breakfast, even a free school dinner if you stay afterwards. I don't give a fuck if all of our roads don't have bumps in them, if our pipes aren't filled with lead. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're living in a point right now where like we've given so much power to these money-making machines, and we've allowed them to bastardize the conversation to the point where we're arguing on the behalf of multinational corporations that aren't human. They don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I guess like my argument, I guess, is because like I don't see this like changing anytime soon or ever personally, and I guess that is like when I like argue or like make this point because like for us to like get rid of the system that we have, a lot of us would have to be willing to sacrifice things, which I don't think a lot of people would be willing to sacrifice things just to change the system.
I don't think so. I think, and again, don't get me wrong, brother. I feel your pessimism, your cynicism. I feel it. I have it too. But unfortunately, that's not going to do any good. We have to keep reminding ourselves to be insanely optimistic. Right? I forget what the phrase is. I heard it somewhere before, and it was so beautiful, but I lost it. Optimism is the verb, but the adjective is like unthinkable optimism. If we can get rid of the Electoral College, if we can get money out of politics, and we can get more people of the likes of a Nina Turner, of a Bernie Sanders, who are effectively trying to throw regulations and watchdogs on these, again, multinational corporations. They're trying to effectively get better universal benefits to Americans, right? Because so for example, universal health care right now, something that would help so many Americans, not just help change the system, is that if you no longer have to worry about your job giving you health insurance because there's affordable health insurance offered by the government, then you can effectively strike that job and advocate for better, better work environment for yourself. Right now, a lot of like for example, like nursing, there's a lot of fear in fighting back against poor practice laws or poor or staffing situations because I need this job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is, I hear you, brother. But because I have the bandwidth at this point, I've been blessed with the job, with not overwhelming responsibility just yet. I do have more responsibility than some people, but still my job allows me to handle it. I can think optimistically of a better tomorrow. I haven't given up to the point where I say it's shit, it's always going to be shit, and fuck it. Because that's not the case. We've been better as a country, maybe not always socially, but economically there's been a better time. You know what I'm saying? And we can get back to that better time. Other countries, may they be smaller, do different things. For example, one of the countries that is lobbying the fuck out of our country so that they can destroy another country, Israel, has universal health care. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So all I'm saying is, I hear you, brother, but you got to hold on to that optimism because we have to be the ones to continue educating our fellow man so that we can collectively scream at our government and effectively use our voting power so even when that fucking same government tries to lie to us to get them old geriatric motherfuckers out of this motherfucker and get real fresh blood who's ready to fight for the humanity of the populace into office. Now, unfortunately, we got to survive 4 years of whatever the fuck Trump's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's already been a lot of crazy shit starting to happen. You have Elon Musk, who is supposed to be the government efficiency czar, some new made up fucking
Doge.
cabinet position,
Doge.
actively pushing for deregulation of certain industries, for the dismantling of certain government institutions, such as the Department of Education. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When we allow ourselves to become cynical and pessimistic to the point where we just check out, these robber barons are going to run away with the country to the point where, yeah, nigga, we might not be to Hooverville yet. You know what I'm saying? Shanty towns. We might not have favelas the size of Brazil yet. We might not be where Argentina currently is, where 52% of their population lives in poverty because of certain policies their president has put into place. But we could get there. And scarily enough, our current crop of elected officials or the next upcoming elected officials are speaking the same rhetoric as the Argentinian president. Oh, we're going to have to deregulate and we're going to have to destabilize so that we can restabilize. The American population is going to have to suffer a little bit so that we can get to a point of prosperity. Are we not suffering enough? Isn't that indicative of how things have been voting?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, brother. We've been on this for 56 fucking minutes already, though. Good shit, nigga.
Bro.
Anything else? Oh, shit. The biggest story of the fucking of the fucking last 2 months, I would say, and I think this is more. It's not early for me or you, right? It's for these elites in their bubbles who don't see the growing sentiment of burn it to the ground from the large majority of Americans. The United Healthcare CEO was just murdered by an American citizen called Luigi Mancini. What was his name?
Mangione.
Mangione. You have people on the news. You have government officials trying to paint this man as a one-man psychopath. You have the criminal justice system trying to label him a terrorist. And while I'm not here to advocate for the harm against any fellow citizen, you know, I think we are still many steps away from needing to be on that level.
Mm-hmm.
I find irony in them labeling this man a terrorist because at the end of the day, what is terrorism? We've been able to, in our whole war on terror type of thing, kind of change the definition to just mean evil person or bad person. But in it of itself, a terrorist or somebody who enacts terrorism is just somebody trying to get their message to a broader span of people, you know? Like, that's why they call them manifestos or people are talking about a perceived Luigi manifesto that they're expecting to come up with. Not to say that I agree with any particular terrorist manifesto or whatnot. But I just think there's an irony in these people trying to label him a terrorist so that they can try and dissuade copycats or other people doing what he did, while neglecting that the act of terror comes from a place of hurt, comes from a place of our healthcare system is so fucked up, and left this man in a space of feeling hopeless and not able to take any other measure than taking up arms against his fellow man. And there's a warning in that. If we aren't able to correct course, these people in their ivory towers who keep telling us eat cake, let them eat cake, are gonna end up just like the king of the ex-king of France who got his head cut off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and that's kind of the insane part of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
honestly, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, because a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people didn't really focus on like that per se, and like really like talk about that. They just, I don't know, they kind of just like glorified it, and they just said like, oh, like the CEO got what he deserved, and like they didn't really like look at it like as like you look at it. Like it was more of just
hold on. That's not what I'm saying, dog. I'm saying that's the sentiment that the powers that be, who are currently promoting a system that puts profit over people, need to be listening to. Because there's nothing, because again, the sentiment that Luigi expressed is felt by a vast majority of Americans.
no facts.
I don't want to say thankfully, but at this moment, they don't know where to put that anger. They don't know where to put that anxiety, that fear, because they no longer have faith in their governmental institutions, such as the presidency, as we just saw. And let's put a nice little bow on it. When Donald J. Trump, a 49-time, not convicted, but criminally indicted felon, sexual
Predator.
assault, sexual predator. We'll throw an allegedly on that because some of it hasn't been true yet, or found in the court of law yet. Billionaire, quote unquote, who has defrauded multiple people and multiple business partners to a 47th presidency, to the next presidency of the United States. Damn, I kind of botched that out. It was supposed to be more succinct than that. But either way, you get what I'm saying. Like, bro, we're getting to that point. We're getting to that point of Gotham City where Bane is like, well, there's going to be a Bane character who blows open fucking, what is that prison in fucking New York?
Damn, I'm drawing a blank, bro. Oh,
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though. That shit nobody wants to go to.
Yeah.
So he blows it up and says, "The city is yours." You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, bro. And all I'm trying to say is, I think if we can get the old blood out of the Democratic Party, we can give all of these hurting Americans not just a message to believe in, but we can win, and we can start governing in a way that helps so many Americans on both sides of the aisle.
Facts.
So that's that, man. That's that. So we're going to have to deal with another 4 years of the Trump, but shit, we're going to deal with it, and we're going to get out, because if there's one thing I haven't lost yet, it's my optimism. And I hope the listeners of this pod can take some of my optimism and run with it. We're here, bro. But that's enough fucking health news for the day. Get y'all educated. Let's get into some bullshit, my nigga. Finally, the best part of the fucking pod. We're gonna take a quick break. Before we do that, though, we're gonna ease up the tensions. What song do we want to play, Isaiah? What song do we want to give our listeners? What's your favorite song off of GNX. Do we want to give them that?
Bro, Peekaboo, bro. I'll be bumping that like religiously, bro.
Peekaboo, nigga,
Bro, Peekaboo, bro.
nigga.
AZ Track went hard on that song, bro.
Bro,
Bro,
I'm thinking either right now.
he did better.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking off, bro. Mustard.
Nah, dog, I ain't with that, bro. Nah, it's so cringy, bro. That song is so cringy.
Nah,
Hey, bro,
nah. Then we're gonna play
AZ Track, bro.
Raps.
He did way better than Kendrick on that song, bro. That was his song, bro.
Here's what I'm gonna say. We're gonna play. I'm gonna go both ways, and obviously we're gonna tone the
What about
mood down a
Dodger
little bit. We're gonna play Luther.
Luther? Oh yeah, Luther was a good one too.
There we go. There we
That
go.
was
All right, guys. This is Luther, the third track off Kendrick Lamar's GNX album featuring SZA and Luther Vandross. Okay, okay, we are back. That was Kendrick Lamar. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Kendrick Lamar Luther off of his ninth studio album. Oh my god, give me a second, get some water here. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Ugh. Oh shit. Yeah, no. I guess Isaiah went to take a fucking. No, let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah, no. Luther off of Kendrick Lamar's ninth studio album, G N X. And honestly, too, if you're listening to the pod you enjoy it, you're going back, and you might be like, yo, why is there an episode missing from here or there? It's probably because Spotify took our shit down because we use music we're not supposed to use. So let me go ahead and give a little bit of a review of the track. You know, I think it was very eloquent how Kendrick is able to speak on certain spiritual and I want to just say life topics while using a beautiful Luther Vandross sample. Parts of me is kind of like, I think he could have just let SZA sing and Luther sing, you know?
Bro, why, bro?
Get his weird alien voice out that shit. But
Oh, he's hating.
anyway, yeah.
You were hating that
Yeah, I'm
nigga.
hating. Okay, yeah. But we're back. All right, so Kendrick Lamar released his ninth studio album, GNX, and he has, I think, the highest releasing numbers-wise rap album of the year, selling 324,000 units first week.
Yes.
So, congratulations to them. High five. I mean,
Round.
what a year. How did you feel about the album?
Bro, I thought it was a solid album. It was definitely a regional album for like people that are not like really used to the regional sound. I really think that he put West Coast on the map. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think there were some songs on there that I want to say that I did skip the second time around because they just didn't really vibe with me too well. But there was like a majority of the songs on there, like it had a Cali vibe, Cali beat, and I fuck with it. I fuck with it. SZA, Shawty, she was doing good in the songs too. I haven't listened to her album.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I don't even mean to fucking cut you off, bro. Did you see that shit happening yesterday with SZA on Twitter and TDE Punch?
I saw something trending, but I didn't get the full details about it. What happened? Because I was trying to like search it up and I couldn't put it together.
I'm not sure, bro. I was basically at work, and long story short, SZA started tweeting some cryptic tweets. You know how like bitches be when they're talking about they subtweeting the nigga, you know, and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Long story short, she's no longer managed by TDE and says there's no hard feelings. You know, sometimes a goodbye isn't always a goodbye. It's just a blah 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 blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is after she released her deluxe to her SOS called Lana, and was talking about some of the mixes on the deluxe and saying how she's going to be rewriting some of the not verses, but she's going to be transcribing them and all that shit. But the gist of it was SZA announced on Twitter she wasn't being managed by TDE Punch anymore. That coincided with then TDE Punch tweeting a whole bunch of tweets. And honestly, because I knew we were going to be on the podcast today, I did screen record that. So let me go ahead and go through this real quick.
Oh, sure.
So this nigga literally goes, because basically SZA screen recorded or like 5 days ago, she had shown some text messages from Punch, and Punch was like, all right, somebody get her phone. And then literally that night, he said, it kind of bothers me how the true meaning of crash out got diluted and reduced to someone just saying mean things. Random thought. Then he says, I remember hearing, man, the homie went and crashed out. It meant something way different than what the internet says. I guess it's metaphorical. He then no, I'm reading, babe. No, I'm reading the 2D Punch stuff. Yes, I'm on the podcast. No, hold up. We're like literally live right now, so
Y'all
let me get back to it.
Bro. Yeah, they're funny. That's funny.
But yeah, so then he then tweets a picture of the fucking Joker doing like, from The Dark Knight. doing the fucking doing the
Yeah.
scene after he fucking got arrested.
Uh huh.
He goes, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it needs is a little push. And then he goes, also, nothing real can be threatened. Relax, people. Then he goes, shake my head. Change your bio and everything goes haywire. Because that nigga just changed his bio last night to I manage SZA.
Seriously? Dang. My
Yes.
nigga
Yes.
feisty, bro. That dang.
So, as of right now, I haven't been on Twitter. Academics hasn't streamed yet, so there's not much
Oh, he gonna stream.
extra
He gonna
news just yet.
yeah.
He's probably on stream today.
Gonna have all
Yeah,
the
with his
tea.
fact.
That nigga gonna have all the tea and everything that we
Yeah. Chat! Niggas, chat! They're doing this chat! Nah, I fuck with that nigga Academics. He got some good content, in my
He's
opinion.
funny, bro.
But that aside, back to Kendrick Lamar. I too agree. It was a very regional album, and it was funny. I've been explaining to people, it was funny for me, for somebody who, because I've been watching a lot of LA-based podcasts and been introduced to a lot of these artists prior to, niggas throwing up gang signs, I don't know. But has been I've been listening to a lot of LA-based podcasts, been introduced to a lot of LA-based artists. So I was, put on to Shoreline Mafia years ago. That introduced me to O3 Greedo. I started listening to, we were, of course, listening to Roddy Ricch and always listening to Tyler and all that shit. But some of the smaller artists, I started listening to come to California and get put on even further. You're putting me on to.
Did you listen to
what,
Rucci?
Yeah, Rucci. I was gonna say Rucci.
Nobody knows about Rucci. Like that. Like that's a whole LA that's an LA nigga right there. Like nobody.
Yeah, but then also Baby Stone Gorillas,
Draco the Ruler.
Draco the Ruler, Big Sad 1900. Like I'm just out here listening to these niggas, and then even on the Asian Crip wave with Lefty Blue, or not Lefty Gunplay. He's Hispanic, but Swifty Blue. But then you also have just so many different artists. What's his name? Starts with an M.
Mike Sherm?
No. Oh, I didn't listen to Mike Sherm.
Did you like him? No, wait. Besides that, but did you like him?
Yeah. Have you heard? Like, I fuck with his song "Side Nigga Anthem," bro.
Yeah, nigga.
Fuck it up, bitch. Do it on the dick. Mozzie. I was gonna say Mozzie.
Mozzie, yeah, bro. Mozzie.
Yeah. So it's like I've been like fucking with the music, listening to it, vibing to it, and the other homies that are from the East Coast, they be like, yeah, I mean, he's on his whatever thing, Remble, but it was so interesting when he dropped this album that basically uses all the sounds I've been listening to, using a lot of the flows. I don't know what niggas are trying to say, but hey now, I'm all about my yin. You know what I'm saying? Draco the Ruler, that's his song, bro. That's Draco the Ruler coded so heavy, bro. And so
yeah, that would have been a banger, bro.
So I'm just saying, when the homies are like, bro, I fuck with this. This shit's so interesting. This shit is so, innovative in a way. I'm just like, damn, that is how much of a bubble Cali music has been in for so long. The South with Atlanta, Houston, and then even New York with the New York drill wave have really been running the sound of hip hop now for so many years that it is kind of nice to see Kendrick not only employ the sounds to put California back on the map, but then also grab various underground artists from the LA area and put them on that big stage. So it was so much of a departure from Kendrick's normal output, that I'm still of the mindset that he's gonna drop something else soon. But at this point now, since he's letting it breathe for so long, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. I mean, overall, I find it kind of interesting, it's going to be an interesting conversation, I think, for people who are labeling this Kendrick Lamar album his best work to date. Um, I do think that is kind of maybe indicative of where we're at as a hip hop audience. You know what I'm saying? Um, but no, like it was dope, man. I like plenty of tracks off of it, and then I kind of definitely went back and scooped other songs off second listen. But I would say for me, I mean, clearly, Squabble Up was something I was anticipating once he what'd you call it?
Kind of like sneaked it a little bit.
Yeah, sneaked it on Not Like Us.
Yeah.
But TV Off became a favorite after hearing it a few times outside.
Yeah.
Dodger Blue, I know some people didn't like it, but I really like that type of melancholy vibe, slow Sunday morning drive type music. You know what I'm saying? And then the song that like I wasn't really like a fan of when I first heard it, but it grew on me just with like the passion of which he's rapping and the beat. Honestly, was reincarnated. You know, but yeah, no, Hey Now by Do. So for me, I would say my top right now are Squabble Up, Hey Now, and TV Off. I would say that.
TV
I'll
Off.
say that, sure.
Do you think that like some of the sounds like because like you know how like and this is probably gonna go back to the Drake and Kendrick like beef like do you feel like that some of the sounds like especially like from the Bay because I feel like there's some Bay inspired songs like on the album. Do you notice like any similarities between like the Bay and Atlanta or like just like certain lingo or like certain things like in the songs? Because like you know how like some people say that that Atlanta took a lot of the stuff from the Bay. Like, did you notice anything like similar or anything like that? I'm just curious.
Honestly, I think when it comes to a specific question like that, I might be the wrong nigga to ask. You know,
Why, dude?
so I wouldn't know. I
No.
wouldn't. Nothing jumps out at me for sure. If you give me an example, I might be like, oh yeah, no, I can see that. But like honestly, off the top of my head, I can't.
Like,
I can't picture it.
like I would have to say like either not the Migos, maybe like the Migos or like maybe like either like a Ti like or like like Outcast like kind of like an Outcast type of vibe. Like
Well,
there's many like different
I
artists
didn't
where
hear
you can kind of see.
it explicitly once on the album, so I wouldn't know.
Damn, he choking, bro. He getting that gas get. But
I said, did you hear what I said?
yeah, no, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, I didn't hear Kendrick Lamar say expeditiously once on the album, so I can't really say he matches up with Ti. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I just noticed like some of the sounds though, like especially like some of like there's like certain things I feel like I noticed like especially like coming from the Bay, like and then comparing it like to some artists like maybe it's just like older artists like I can kind of see like there is like a similarity, but they're like very very different like sounds. Like they're very distinct, very unique. But in terms of this album though, like I really really like messed with the album. I'm hoping that he drops a deluxe because at the last podcast. Um, like as y'all know, I was waiting on that album. I was waiting for months and months and months. It finally came out, but I wasn't really disappointed about the album. Um, I like the Heart Part Six. I think the Heart's Part Six. The title. That's what threw me off on that title. Like he was able to kind of like not take the exact title, but he was still able to do like still do like the Heart Part Six. I don't know. It was just like kind of crazy that how he just took the title and then kind of just ran with it still. After Drake took
My
the
nigga
title.
said, my nigga said, he did what niggas did. He did what the gays did. He took it back.
Yeah.
He took the power back for
Yeah, no,
himself.
but that shit was crazy though. Like I was reading, I was like looking at the whole entire like the whole album and just the songs and everything like that. And that was the first song that I played, and
Oh, you one of those.
no, but like I fucked with the song because like the song for me like that was a beautiful song, bro. Like whether you don't
No,
like
it didn't
Kendrick or
really.
not, bro, that was a beautiful song to me. I mean, he talked about some real
I don't
shit.
think.
Talking about top dog, talking about black hippie, saying that how like it couldn't work.
Oh yeah, telling the story of how they all came up with it. But we knew that though. Like that's the thing. So that was the thing about the Heart Part 6 for me that I was kind of like, I think that was dope and super, like, thinking about it in hindsight,
Uh-huh.
clever of Kendrick, because the fact that it was the title of Drake's last diss, it kind of signals to all of the Kendrick fans who are newer, because Kendrick's been huge for so long that I think you'd be hard pressed for any casual hip hop listener to be like, who's Kendrick Lamar? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he's a household name, such as Drake, but you might not know the discography. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might know Mad City, right, we're going, where you from?
I feel like
Can't say that word.
Mad City, everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you might not know the album Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What it does is that those fans will gravitate towards that song and get to hear that story for the first time. Whereas me or you, who've been following Kendrick since Section 80, since Overly Dedicated, we know, we saw this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really got, like, for me it was like, yeah, they kind of, I know y'all been down from the front. Like, I remember the fucking TD House video y'all put out where, Kendrick Lamar is smiling in it for the entire 22 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the video of him and J-Rock performing at For Money Trees at Best Buy. Like, it's like we were here for the rise.
Yeah, I remember his first song, his worst song. I remember somebody played it for me, and that shit was so funny, bro. I think it was like called "Bitches in the Club," bro. That shit was funny as fuck, bro.
Oh, the one he performed on Big Boy?
Yeah, that shit was funny, bro.
Or like talked about him, Big Boy?
Yeah, cause like I remember somebody leaked it, and I remember like that was like the first time I've like heard of Kendrick Lamar. Like whenever I first like heard about him, that was the first song. And then like when I heard that song, I thought he was not gonna make it. But then like whenever he reinvented himself, and then he had the Only Dedicated album, like that's when I started like to really like fuck with Kendrick Lamar like that. So like for me,
Because that nigga showed he was an average Joe with God-given talent.
yeah, dude.
This is why they fuck with me, bro. I remember, like, it is crazy too, because like, and this is the thing that's been weird for me and my own fandom throughout this year and the whole Drake versus Kendrick Lamar beef. I've grown up with both of these artists and I've loved both of these artists when the general consensus on both of these artists is that, yeah, I mean, he's cool or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
For Drake, it was, Drake's corny, Drake's a lover boy, like, woo. It's like, bro, he's making great music, bro. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like I remember when Nothing Was the Same came out, and this is honestly after Drake had Take Care, clearly, so he was already the man, but he still had a large percentage of the fan base, or not fan base, but the hip hop dichotomy who wrote him off. When Nothing Was the Same first came out, niggas were hating on it so bad, bro. Niggas did not fuck with that album, bro.
I was one of them, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I was one of them.
It to this day, and from that day forward, was my favorite Drake album. And it's so crazy that in 2024, when people are looking at Drake's overall discography, people now debate Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, classic album.
Yeah.
Like which one is his true classic? They're both classics in my opinion. But listen, dog, I was thinking about this. And not to get into Drake, we're gonna get back on Kendrick. But this morning I was driving home thinking about, like, damn, it's gonna be so crazy showing my kids the music that I loved, in 10, 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And damn, I can't wait to show my son or daughter a Tuscan Leather for the first time. That is such a great intro, bro. But back to Kendrick Lamar. I remember in college listening to Kendrick Lamar, Overly Dedicated, and oh shit, Good Kid, Mad City, but then also prior to that, not prior to Overly Dedicated, but I just said the fucking name of the album.
Overly Dedicated.
Section 80.
Oh, Section 80.
Section 80. And like, niggas weren't fucking with it, and like not necessarily not fucking with it, but it wasn't. Of course, it wasn't the music you were playing at the functions, at the kickbacks, at the parties. Like hype music was really big then. You know what I'm saying? The French Montanas, the Juicy J's, and so to see how it's gone where it's at now, what a treat. You know what I'm saying? What a treat. But yeah, man, hats off again to Kendrick because I think what's been so beautiful about Kendrick's journey to me is even if it's not always authentic, because again, I still have my own questions of what really caused Kendrick to be so obsessive over his distaste, hate, disdain for Drake. It's how he's grown in his own authenticity throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he dressed in the Poetic Justice video, which was a big, video, the little polka dot, shirt, all that shit. It's like, oh yeah, like it was cool, but to see the way that man fucking puts that shit on now, bro,
It's a big
one of a kind, one of one, bro. The proportions, the silhouettes, even just sometimes I can look at it as pretentious, but there is a beauty in the monotony of putting yourself to task to perfect a certain craft. And Kendrick's been doing that not just in hip hop, but in other avenues of life. And it shows. And it's just been a super joy to watch, So, what a way, I think, to cap off the moment. I'm excited to see what he does for the Super Bowl. I do not think he's going to. Okay, I know I said I was done with predictions, but I was telling Tete months ago, I didn't think Kendrick Lamar, I thought it would be lame if Kendrick Lamar put Not Like Us on the album. He didn't put it on the album, and the album still performed as well as I thought it would because Kendrick's that fucking nigga.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. I think he's going to have a medley of it. Like, he might even come out to dun 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 dun. But like, he's not gonna like rap a bunch of the verses and shit like that. I don't
Do you think he's gonna do the mustard, like the turn the TV off?
Yeah.
That's
for sure. It could go dun 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 dun.
Or no. Hey now.
And then just go.
Look, I have a prediction because the song Hey Now, like especially when people are like Hey Now, and then like
I'm all about my
and then like think about it, like if he has like the crowd, like he could literally like just put on the mic and then like just have the crowd like kind of like say some of the lyrics on the song, and then that it's kind of like a fuck, I can't even think of the words right now, but like I just see that song playing at the Super Bowl and like see him like having the crowd like sing some of the lyrics on in the song, and then it's just a bumping song, like it's a good performing song. Basically, is like what I'm saying.
Yeah. I also the song was huge. Not Like Us. But there's a part of me that wonders if the crowd at the Super Bowl will be up to par to hit it the way they need to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Because in any function I was in LA all year, of course, when A minor, everybody, myself included, you know what I'm saying? It's just fun. But it is the largest thing in hip hop that happened this year. And we still have yet to see how disrespected hip hop is at the Grammys, to see if it was quote unquote the largest thing that happened in music. But I definitely think Kendrick's probably thinking, because it still will be a moment, don't get me wrong, like, because even if the Super Bowl crowd doesn't like A minor the way it should, we're all going to be at home, A minor, you know what I'm saying? So it'll work still. But I don't know, it would just be, I'm excited. I want to see what he does.
I think he's going to do Hey Now. This is my prediction. I think he's going to do Hey Now, and I think that audience is going to be bumping, the Super Bowl is going to be bumping during the halftime show. I think he's going to do Hey Now. And I think he's gonna do What's another one?
From the album, right?
Yeah,
Because he's only going to do a few things from the new album.
from the album. And he's probably gonna do Like That. Probably. I think.
I don't think he's like that. I don't think he'll do Like
Right.
That. If it's between Not Like Us and Like That, he'll do Not Like Us because it's his song. I doubt he'll do Like That because he's still got to do like his normal shit. You know,
Yeah.
he's still got to come out. He's gonna do Humble. He's gonna do DNA. He's gonna do the way he did the pop out. It's gonna be a much larger production, and we're gonna get more songs. But a majority of the songs I think we heard at the pop out we're gonna hear at Super Bowl. It's just gonna not be 10 minutes of Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying?
True. Because we originally,
Yeah, so
we originally thought that he was gonna play Not Like Us like over and over again, like he did. Because he at the.
I'm gonna keep it a band, bro. Like I was having fun listening to the pop out concert, but as like a true Kendrick fan who like knows the large array of his discography, I was disappointed a little bit in like the lack of B cuts, the B sides. But I also get it too because this isn't necessarily like, like a concert just for us Kendrick fans. It's a concert for the larger, I don't say diaspora, but the larger conglomerate of music purveyors, Super Bowl halftime show watchers. So he's got to like showcase his hits. You know what I'm saying? He'll do swimming pools. You know, probably. Like I see him doing all his hits, bro. Like I can see him doing something beautiful with love, loyalty. You know, who do you think he brings out? You think he brings out SZA for sure?
I think for sure SZA. Who else do I think? I honestly, ever since I like Future, like that's why I thought it was gonna be Like That because, like, ever since Future kind of.
He's not bringing Future and Metro Boomin's ass out.
I thought he was in the beginning. I thought he was, but now I would say SZA.
Did you see how Future and Metro Boomin are backtracking from the whole beef the last few months?
Yeah.
You don't fuck like that, bro.
Bring up. That's what I was gonna bring up.
Future said, I didn't even know he said that on the album.
Yeah. And that's what, like, to me, that whole beef is just stupid now. Like, it's just like it's so dumb, bro. But
thank you. Damn, y'all niggas kill. Oh, and that's gonna get us into the next topic. But keep going.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna bring SZA probably on there. Maybe he might bring like maybe a West Coast artist on there. But like, it's gonna be kind of weird at the Super Bowl because it's like it's in New Orleans. Like, it's not. I don't know. Maybe Lil Wayne, probably. We never know.
He's not getting on that stage. I know Wayne just said, "Yeah, I called Kendrick. Like, you know, we had a good little talk, and you know, I didn't know that I was tripping over shot." But nah, Wayne's not that far gone. He cannot get on that stage because no. Because listen, the beef was stupid, but I guarantee you, Drake will never be cool with Kendrick again.
No, that they will never be cool.
Never be cool again.
But
so if you are a part of that Drake circle, you can't do something like that on that Super Bowl stage with Drake or with Kendrick. And also, that's Kendrick's moment, bro. Like I could also see Kendrick. You know, I say SZA, and I say SZA because SZA plays on the background of some of Kendrick's songs off this new album. It's not gonna be like a Beyonce, Bruno Mars thing, where like Beyonce's Super Bowl performance was Beyonce, but we did remember that Bruno Mars stepped out there and did his thing for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, most definitely.
It's not going to be a Dr. Dre Super Bowl thing where even Kendrick Lamar's there, Snoop Dogg's there, 50 Cent's there. Like, oh shit, it's crazy. This is going to be a Super Bowl that's remembered to be Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl. So he's going to be main center. And wouldn't it be crazy if that nigga just comes out and it's just Kendrick Lamar? And background dancers, because I was I didn't get the opportunity to see him this past concert tour. I've never seen Kendrick Lamar live, actually. Damn. I'm actually trying to go to Austin, Texas, and see him.
Oh, he's going to Austin?
Yeah, because he's going on tour with SZA.
Oh yeah. He just released that. Yeah, tour. When is he? When is he going to Austin?
I think February or maybe March.
Oh wow, that's early.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. But either way,
Yeah.
or April. I think it might be April.
Oh,
So what I'm saying is this: don't be surprised if Kendrick Lamar gets on that stage, doesn't do Not Like Us, for damn sure doesn't do Like That, and only like as a musical act allows himself to step on that stage and gives us one of the most iconic Super Bowl performances of mine and your lifetimes. Because I was watching some of his fucking video footage from his past concert where he was on stage with the background dancers and the puppets. He been lowering our expectations of his dancing abilities by being just cool as fuck in these music videos. But don't be surprised when they fucking,
like start
you know what I'm saying?
start doing some crip walking and stuff like that. Like it's some ridiculous.
Nah, even better, nigga. I'm talking some straight Chris Breezy, just
Hey,
you know.
you never know, bro. Maybe he's just been plotting for all throughout these years, bro.
Kendrick went. I'm pretty sure when Kendrick was not on the scene for 5 years between Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers and damn, I think he was just plotting the next 10 years.
Yes.
I'm gonna kill Drake, okay? Then I'm gonna do the fucking Super Bowl, my
Yes,
nigga. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I'm gonna get with. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm Kendrick. Get in.
Then I'm gonna make multiple platinum albums, back to back.
We do now, or we can now, move into the next important topic of the fallout of this beef this year. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna call it. Drake fell off, bro.
You lying? Nah, those words did not come out of your mouth, bro.
Drake fell off, bro. And let me explain.
No, why?
Let me explain.
Why, bro? Why?
Drake is already a legacy act. He's solidified in hip hop. There will never be a time when Drake's not able to sell out a show or sell out an arena, and I'm not saying a stadium tour or arena tour, but like there'll never be a time where he won't be able to sell that out. He's earned that over the last fucking damn near 15 years of his public entertainment career. Plus, I mean, honestly, 2 decades of entertainment career too. You want to talk about Degrassi, but his almost 15 years of entertainment career, plus his 10 years of arguably being on top of the hip hop game. You know, he's at a point now where yes, Kendrick Lamar toppled him off of the quote unquote throne of hip hop. And when you do that, because hip hop is the coolest art form that still sets all, if not the majority of trends and the cultural zeitgeist, it throws Drake out of the quintessential automatic, I don't want to say automatic cool factor, because it's kind of like, it is still kind of like, oh wait, Drake was ever cool, you know? But there was a time when it was like, yo, bro, because Drake was quintessentially always a good thing when it came to the cultural zeitgeist. Of course, he always had his detractors, the group of people who were like, he sucks, he's corny, he's whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for a large part of time, like when he dropped, if you're reading this, it's not too late, to Beating Meek Mill, or vice versa, whichever one came first, I forget, to Views, and like, again, in my opinion, priming foundational Black Americans for Afrobeats, and to be literally enjoying that wave, to be right on the precipice of the UK movement. Drake was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not have dressed the coolest. He might not have had, you know, the greatest reputation when it came to I don't say bitches, but like bitches, like that nigga was cool. And to where it is now, bro, Drake is he's a meme. He's become a meme. Like, it is no longer you bring up Drake, or as oh look at what he just did. It's oh look at what just happened. That's some Drake shit, bruh. It's back to that, like back to like niggas talking about drinking and driving, and you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
he's really fallen off with the cultural zeitgeist. Again, personally, fan wise, I'm still a fan. I think just like I was telling Devontae that
You're saying
how
he offended
okay, so for all the dogs wasn't my favorite Drake album by far. It still fed me and fed my fandom.
you.
Like I'm keeping it banned. Uh, Virginia Beach. What would Pluto do? 7969. They give me that vibe I look for from Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I got what I needed from the album. Even his most recent releases, a lot of people are saying how they're not charting this way or they're not performing culturally as he normally has performed the last 10 years.
Mhm.
For me, I still fuck with the shit. Circadian rhythm. I hate the way it's hard.
That was a good song.
Nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Shit. What was another one? Fuck, a few of them shits.
I
It's up.
recently been
What
listening
the,
to Fair Trade too.
you said what?
Fair Trade. I've been bumping to that.
Oh, bro, that is my
I
song,
know,
bro.
bro. I've been
Shit,
bumping to
niggas.
that, bro. I had to, bro. I had to apologize to Drake, bro. I would have been like, bro. I'm like, I'm sorry, homie. Like, because especially in the morning, bro, and you driving and you getting your day started, bro. That's a whole vibe, bro.
Nah, dog. It's literally. I gotta move this table. What's up? Let me go. So.
All right, but yeah, no, that and then yeah, like Drake has like really, really good music. Like I don't know why like people I don't know, like including myself, because looking back at
Because listen, it's because he fell off, bro.
yeah.
It's because Kendrick Lamar whooped his ass so well in that beef. I mean, strategically, he really. Oh shit! It's cold as fuck. I forgot this door was open. Yeah. Gotta watch out before I let a fucking demon in this fucking crib, bro. I'm in Mexico.
It's like
But
crab walking.
but no, it. Kendrick Lamar beat Drake in the beat in the battle so bad
Hmm.
that it's allowed for all of the people who hated Drake as a rule, regardless of what he did,
Hmm.
to rise to the surface of the conversation of Drake. And so now anything you're seeing in the cultural zeitgeist about Drake, it just is not going to be uh, overwhelmingly liked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the niggas who fuck with Drake, but also still want to seem cool and contemporary cultural zeitgeist aren't gonna let you know that. They're gonna, joke on it too in public. You know what I'm saying? It's literally high school. I mean, social media for sure, but like it's literally high school, bro. So
True. It's like
yeah, man, what a fucking year. But that nigga has definitely fallen off because even it even seems Drake himself can't help himself in this though because we need to talk about his most recent actions post beef, which was not to drop an album, but to drop a. Some are calling it a lawsuit. It's not a lawsuit. It's a petition that could then be used in a lawsuit. But yeah, man, you've heard about the UMG
I heard about that.
Spotify versus Drake saga, correct?
Yeah, I've heard so many things about it, so many different points of views on it. Um, honestly, who cares? We all know this. It was a fair, like Kendrick was fair and square.
Kendrick definitely won fair and square, regardless of whatever botting both parties did. But I'll play devil's advocate and nuance a bit to be. While Drake definitely wouldn't do this if he wasn't losing the beef, what he's doing is still important.
Why?
Because what Drake is basically insinuating is that, hey, the company or companies that employ me and this other person are using things this other employee is saying about me, and with no proof, by the way, these allegations this other employee is saying about me, and aiding in not just spreading these false accusations through amplifying his songs through bots, but they're doing that at a time when we have been in negotiations for the last few years over what I'm worth to this company. When you stipulate the facts, and you have to be honest about this, that Drake, and people might want to say, oh, his music is commercial, oh, his music is cookie cutter, oh, you can play it at Target, most def. Okay, so you're telling me that his music generates a lot of revenue because it's that style of music. We put Drake in the same conversation of a Taylor Swift, or honestly in the Michael Jackson, Beyonce's, where we look at streaming services and we know that for the vast majority of artists from every corners of the world that put their stuff on it, the only people really making these companies profit are these select few 10 artists. You know what I'm saying? So if we're saying that Drake is one of the main reasons that UMG and Spotify can make the billions of dollars they make, and they do it by taking Drake's IP and negotiating with him how much it's worth, if I'm Drake, or if I'm any other artist, I'm looking at this case as, well, if I'm Drake, I'm freaking furious, because it's like, pay me what you fucking owe. And yeah, this nigga might have won fair and square, but don't you go using it as a way to delineate my value to the company when my value is still what it is because of my catalog over the last 10 years. For any other artist, you should be looking at it as, damn, if he don't win this fucking argument, and then it sets a precedent that the same label that employs me can also spend money to negatively affect my public perception so that I can get paid less money by that company, that's a scary thing. It's a very scary thing. It'd be different if, yes, whatever the outcome and the fallout of the battle was going to be might have affected Drake's negotiating power negatively. It just needs to be at that. The company should have no ability to interfere with that, positive or negative, but especially not negative.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one, bro.
But no, listen, from a, I don't want to say a real nigga standpoint, because look at civilian, okay? We call the police over on this side. I can't help but look at the move as fucking corny and lame, bro. Like, yeah, no. If a nigga beats my ass in a fight, I'm not gonna go call the cops on him, especially if it's a fight that I agreed to.
Yeah,
you know, after the nigga punched me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that Drake shouldn't have said anything in the first place and just kept it moving? Because I feel like it would have been better off. Like,
no, fuck that. That nigga's been coming at your neck for a while. I just think he should have.
But he was doing so well, like as an artist.
No. Here.
Okay.
I think what he should have done was been slightly more strategic, right? Because one of the problems with this loss is that Drake showed so much hubris in the preceding actions of the beef. Drop. You know what I'm saying? This is the red button. This is going to end it. He got a little bit too ahead of himself and didn't really account for the possible lethality of his opponent and how much time his opponent maybe had or was using to get ready for this. And then in the aftermath of the battle, he didn't lose with the type of grace that I think my character employs, which is like, bro, you lost the battle. Cool. You know what you do?
Be the
chill out. You chill out. Let whatever narrative form, whether it be the underdog, whether these niggas don't fucking hate, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
You keep genuinely making music you want to listen to. You drop that music, like, you know, like Charlamagne's like, he should just go away. Yeah, I think he should just go away when it comes to like the public. But if you want to drop music. You know what I'm saying? You want to you want to go on your Aiden stream and do whatever, do that shit. But everything else, when it comes to it, when you're talking about it, yeah, you know, he got us in the first round, but shit, you never know. Second round, whatever. You know what I say? Whatever people want to say, it's cool. You know, fuck me, I'm the bad guy. Ooh, whatever.
Yeah.
I got love. I got Adonis right here. We're going to keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's those types of missteps. But again, like, I'm but a man, Drake's but a man, and he's a man that has had immense amounts of success. And where you have immense amounts of success, your ego grows exponentially. So who knows, bro? So it's kind of like, you know, as a fan, it kind of sucks sometimes to watch a nigga you fuck with do some corny shit, bro. You know, some cringy fucking shit, dog.
He a fan. He a fan.
I'm a freaky ass nigga with my bitch, but yeah, no, it's kind of like it is what it is, bro. You know, you gotta let that nigga. And like, what I think too is that Drake will be fine. Like, I honestly too question what this means for hip hop as a whole, because Kendrick has never been outside enough to look like the it rapper when it comes to cultural zeitgeist. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick's not doing a lot of interviews. He's not going on and like the other thing people want to say about interviews, like I'll say, oh, Drake doesn't either. But no, Drake's going on these streaming artist platforms, which, as we talked about in the Kamala Harris Donald Trump conversation, is new media that gets millions of views. It's kind of similar to artists going back on Arsenio Hall, or, you know, going on shit, even back in the day, Everyday Struggle, or some shit like that. It's like, bro, like, these niggas are outside, and Kendrick's never, and like, for better or for worse, because like Kendrick's a man of himself, like he might just not fuck with that shit. So I don't even think Kendrick wants to be that style of artist. I think he wants to be able to say in discussion, yeah, Drake was never better than me, or woo. But like, the fact remains what it remains is like, you guys are just kind of,
but like
two different types of goats.
But Kendrick acting like that, and just like the way that Kendrick Lamar behaves,
it's kind of like Michael Jackson and Prince, bro. Sorry.
But like,
because you know, Prince did so much to fight for artists' rights, and from a public standpoint, the changing his name, you know, halting his own career in certain ways because of label disputes.
Yeah.
And then Michael Jackson being, quote unquote, an industry darling in a way where, yeah, financially he was a fucking powerhouse who fucking bought so much of these niggas' catalogs that Sony had to create pedophile rumors about that nigga.
Uh-huh.
But they were similar artistic goats that hold such weight in people's minds, but one still is just looked at as that nigga for all of time, honestly, but especially that period of time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And again, I know niggas will listen to this and be like, "Oh, God, is he comparing Drake to, you know, MJ?" These niggas compare themselves to that, bitch.
Oh, that's not
Shut up.
Yeah,
say something about it. Comment on the Instagram page. Speak up, and then we can have a dialogue. But right now, I'm gonna talk my fucking shit. Sorry.
No, but it is similar to the Prince and Michael Jackson beef. It is very, very similar. But like I think like people are drawn towards Kendrick too, just because of the way that he acts and the way that like he's not really like he's the boogeyman basically. Like he shows out whenever he wants to show out, and then he kind of like goes to himself and like does his own thing. And I think that people are drawn towards that personally.
Yeah, when he's outside.
Yeah, but
when he's not outside, people are bored and they need entertainment.
But are they bored though, or are they like more like drawn towards Kendrick because like it's just like kind of like there's a mysterious part to it because it's just like you don't really like.
Listen, what you're talking about is Playboy Carti, somebody who has managed to cultivate a level of status, cult herodom, and popularity because he is so secretive.
Mm-hmm.
But the nigga's still outside. People are still able to touch him in a way where, bro, like, niggas have been dressing like Carti since he's been out. Niggas have been trying to beat Cardi for a while. You just saw motherfuckers have a Drake lookalike contest in New York where Drake donated $10,000.
Bro, did you
There's
see
only
the female that?
there's only one other artist where niggas dress up like consistently for years and do like performances or lookalikes. That's Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
They don't do that for Prince, but they do talk about Prince like a genius level artist of not both the uh, musical sense, but also business wise and owning your own IP, right?
uh-huh.
Being leagues ahead of other artists. The same way they think about Kendrick Lamar. He is a man of the utmost, it seems, moral integrity. He is principled. He is foundationally black, and he will let you know it while also giving you amazing music. But there aren't niggas trying to dress like Kendrick, bro.
No, that's true.
That's all I'm saying.
Who wants-
And maybe that's a part of, possibly, I think, of Kendrick going away after he fucking burns the house down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Maybe if Kendrick was in your face all the time, showing you, him and Whitney, pulling up to, because like he wouldn't do it. I don't think in the way other people do. It might look something like what ASAP Rocky and Rihanna have right now,
no,
but we're still seeing them. So that's all I'm saying, bro. God damn it, Drake.
he
In 2025, bro. My only advice is just keep it chill, my G. And I think you think you're being chill, but nah, bro. You until you can handle the L,
hmm
go enjoy that money and your family, bro.
no.
Don't be.
I think Drake is gonna. Hopefully, he takes the time to do that because, like, I don't know.
Part of me kind of thinks too. He's been he's been fulfilling all of his contracts that he still has, like these appearances. Like I'm sure this Aiden Ross stream, all this other stuff was planned months ahead, type shit.
Uh-huh.
We might not see Drake for a while when we get into 2025,
You
New
think so?
Year.
You think he's gonna be quiet in the beginning of 2025?
Well, he's about to go. He's about to go on tour in Australia. So when I say be quiet, maybe just be quiet in America.
Oh, because I mean that was the one thing that I was like kind of like thinking that like maybe he's not gonna say.
The nigga is Canadian.
Oh, what's up?
I said the nigga is Canadian.
True. Do you think that he might try to like I don't know change his sound or like try something different and then like eventually go back to Kendrick and then try like do like a round two, basically?
I don't know, bro.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't think it matters. We can get off this. We're 2 hours in. We haven't potted in 2 months, so I think it's just rambling. But Joe Budden always said, fuck. He didn't say that, but what Joe Budden always said was a 4 hour podcast. If you're talking for 4 hours, you ain't got shit to talk about. So
True.
we'll leave it be what it'll be, man. I gave my advice to Drake. I really don't know what he'll do. If I was him, I would never give up the beef after someone called me a pedophile and made it a worldwide hit. We beefing for life. Like, I better not see you
We be
because I'm throwing a bottle in your fucking section. Fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dot fucking bull. Uh, but, yeah. Moving on, though, to other, I want to say light skin problems. Or should we get into Tyler the Creator? No. We'll do this real quick.
yeah.
Other light skin problems. Have you heard about that Travis Hunter drama with his girlfriend
No, I didn't hear anything about.
or fiance?
No, I didn't hear of anything.
You know what?
I've just been listening to the album pretty much. That's all I know.
What album?
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Tyler.
No. Oh wow, yeah, because that nigga might be gay. Now pause. Bro, I switched up. So Travis Hunter is a footballer who plays for Deion Sanders, and his girl got exposed for doing or for just being a girl in college, either while they were together. I hope not, but when they were in college, getting like she had like other niggas.
Digger down?
She had pictures. You haven't seen any of that?
Nah, dog, I haven't heard anything like that.
Yeah, but have you seen any of the Shamik Moore? He plays in the Spider-Man movies, the black nigga, the cartoon ones. He
Yeah,
played in Dope.
yeah.
Have you seen the controversy with him and him fucking up with some of his co-stars? Nah.
Nah, it wouldn't surprise me though.
Damn.
It wouldn't. I mean, because he looked like that nigga. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bro.
I'm joking.
What do you mean by that? That's crazy. No.
I'm joking.
No. That caught me so off guard.
I'm joking, y'all. No,
It's funny you say that because he appears to be slightly problematic, let's say, when it comes to understanding women. So I'll tell you briefly the stories, and then I'm going to briefly say my advice, but also just know I feel like there is, or there seems to be at least with all the media out there, and also because relationships have been difficult since the beginning of time. But a lot of these young niggas don't know how to court women these days, bro.
Nah, bro, they be.
And a lot of these women,
Do you
let's not
think
talk
it's to
about
do with social media though?
a lot of these niggas don't really know how to court women these days. A lot of these niggas are confused about the opposite sex these days. Or maybe we just hear more of them because of social media, but either way. Basically, the Travis Hunter situation can be broken down to a lot of men think Travis Hunter is being taken advantage of by his partner, who many men perceive to be out of his league if he was not the Heisman Trophy winner. And now that he is the Heisman Trophy winner, a lot of people think that his girl or his fiance isn't living in a way that respects everything that he's built for himself over these last few years, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, when that nigga was getting the Heisman Trophy and, Deion Sanders, his mom, and all the people are there, they call his name. They are the first three people to stand up, start clapping.
Mm-hmm.
But his girlfriend's still sitting down and apparently looks like Deion Sanders in the video. I'm not sure how it fucking worked out, but in the video, it looks like Deion Sanders had to tell her to get up and clap. There was another situation where, like I said, Travis Hunter said that they've been dating for 5 years. Apparently, allegedly, should I say, there's been a few different videos and pictures that have gone around socials that allegedly depict his fiance at like a party throwing twerk on a nigga in like a sexy schoolgirl outfit. Another one where there's a picture of her with that nigga's hand on her ass. Another nigga came out and said he was cracking like 3 years ago. Either way, niggas being messy type shit, right?
That's wild.
To then, she got on there was another video of her that came out where he was having people sign autographs, or people were getting him to sign their autograph, and she was sitting on the bench next to him, and she was like complaining about being there for so long, and it was like an event type thing. And then this has all been made worse by when the first few things were coming out. Travis Hunter was on a webcam and he was basically telling niggas, y'all just don't know what it's like to be like with a baddie. Y'all niggas are sitting back there on your keyboards, yada yada yada, incel joke, whatever. To him, deleting his social media because it was a lot to handle, the backlash and the people in his business. To his girl doing like a video where she was basically talking about how y'all don't know me, woo woo woo, and all that to say, bro. If I was going to give Travis Hunter any advice in all my humble 30 years of age, is you're young, bro. That nigga is, I think, 21, maybe 22.
Oh, he's literally little.
Yeah, let me just get his age.
25.
21. He's 21, nigga.
No, I'm saying I'm 25.
Oh yeah, you too, buddy. But it's like life is short, but life is long. You are at the age where life is long, bro. You are about to embark on a journey only a few people get to experience. You are the quintessential breadwinner in your relationship, but also like the life. I don't want to say winner, but like the life winner, because in the reality situation, any partner that's with them who's not equally as yoked is going to play the background when it comes to profession. Now, importance, that's different. I'm sure you love her immensely, probably to the moon and back, and however you want to fucking talk about it.
Mhm.
But in the reality of the situation, she's got to understand that professionally, there's a role she's got to play so that you have an easy way of going it, you know. And as long as he's, and I'm taking this from the perspective that it sounds like he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing, right? Not cheating, being
Mhm.
faithful, and living by the covenant of whatever they propose for.
Mhm.
You just got to make sure your partner does the same, bro. And sometimes it does benefit you to take it slow, like they're getting married. You know what happens after marriage? First comes marriage, then comes what?
Baby.
Nigga, take it slow, bro. As
Baby.
a nigga who don't got no kid yet, and is now at the point where he's looking at life as life is short,
Mhm.
it wouldn't be bad if I had a kid or some shit that happened. You know what I'm saying? That I had a kid. You gotta like
You gotta prepare for that shit, bro. I don't care what nobody.
not just prepare, but understand the consequences that come with that, bro. Like you're attached to this woman for the rest of your life. Now, if him and this woman do have a divorce and break up or whatever, and there's no kid, you chilling. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna have to like rearrange yourself and figure yourself out, but you're not gonna be like sitting there like, yo, we have this life that we created that's gonna outlive us that we are now intertwined with for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Take things slow. I'm at the point where it doesn't seem so bad, even if I gotta be entwined with this next person, because life, you know, might not be as long as I thought it was. But you're at a point where life, like genuinely, because of your status and where you're at, is going to be long. Take that scenic route, dog. You know what I'm saying? Have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Don't lose sight of what you want in this situation, because it seems like you are letting your shawty get a lot. And that's just not that. You got any, if you don't got anything on that, I'm gonna get into Shmeek more, but I'd be rude if I didn't let, you know, a contributor
Nah, I
speak.
do agree with you, bro. Like, I mean, I feel like you should take things slow in life because you don't even know your true partner until you like really live with them, like for like a certain amount of time. Like, it's not like good to like just rush into a relationship, especially like has he been living with this girl or anything like that, or they kind of just like just went like they just married.
From my understanding, that's Beyonce, bro. Like, so they've been living together. They went to college together. Apparently, there was a story that she said if he would drive her to parties and wait in the car because he didn't drink. And I don't know, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Just
bro. I don't know, bro. It's just like you said, bro. You just got to take life slow, take it slow, and like
listen. He's got a lot to gain, but he also has a lot to lose if
yeah,
he ends up marrying.
and
I don't want to say the wrong one, but it seems like somebody who's not compatible with him.
and that's okay. Like I feel like I mean, it's gonna probably take time for him to know that because he is like young, but like it's okay. Like if you're not compatible with somebody, it's not the end of the day. Um, like because then you're gonna just be ending up
She
making a
also,
mess.
she also, she also like not black, so it's also one of those things with like. But either way, let me not go any
She
further on that.
is she a snow bunny? No, I'm playing. But is she white?
No, she's Asian.
Asian? Oh, okay. Wow, really?
Ah, yeah. What the fuck? Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He said, "That bitch won't stay in line." No.
Did, bro.
All
But
right.
Shamar Moore, Shamar Moore. Nah, but like I don't know why, but not gonna lie, bro. He kind of gave me that vibe a little bit. Maybe he was just in the movie Dope or something like that. I don't know why.
What vibe? So he didn't do anything creepy, like sexually inappropriate with his coworkers. Basically, what Shamik Moore is currently in the Twitter dumpster for is he posted a video on his story of the girl who played a character in the first Spider-Man Tom Holland movie,
Uh-huh.
the black girl. And basically, they were at some type of event, right? And this was years ago. It was like a formal event. Somebody was taking a picture of them, like for the thing, and then somebody was also taking a video of them getting their pictures taken, right? Shamik Moore, for those who don't know, not only acts but makes music and dances. Those of you who have seen one of the most cringe-worthy Breakfast Club appearances, um, Shamik Moore previewed a song on the Breakfast Club and danced to it, and it was kind of crazy because it was an interview setting. If you actually know what the Breakfast Club office looked like from where they zoomed it out, it looks very compact, and it was all around cringy. Now I have to say, I haven't had any other view of Shamik Moore in a real life standing other than the art he's put out, and I've thoroughly enjoyed Dope. Thoroughly enjoyed the Spider Verse or Into the Spider Verse. Very good movies. I think will be very, very positive for black men, black boys, especially dark skinned black boys. But that nigga, to go back to what he did, took that video of him and that other co-star um, getting their photos taken, posted it to his Instagram, and wrote the caption "coming soon" with his new music playing. Yeah, like a promo teaser
Yeah, yeah.
for his new music. The problem came when the girl in said video basically was like, "Hey, can you take this down? This is weird. I'm engaged. Yada yada yada." I don't know how true the story is that that person texted him or like messaged him first privately to get him to
Hmm.
take it down, and he did it, and she did it publicly. But either way, well, not either way because that's
So
even
she,
way
so
weirder.
she
So I don't.
posted, she posted this pretty much publicly for everybody to
Yeah,
see, pretty much.
she basically made a video where she was like baking cookies or doing something, eating cereal or some shit, and she basically
Yeah.
like shat on that nigga. Yeah, yeah. Told him
So she,
that.
so she
Yeah.
basically put him on blast. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then people dug up old shit of Shamik Moore flirting with his co-star from the Spider-Verse and their interviews. Like, you know how people be doing interviews and then people like there'd be chemistry between the co-stars and shit like that.
Hmm.
And it's like, and people are saying that Shamik Moore is clearly flirting with her in these interviews. She didn't look uncomfortable or anything, but now that co-star is now married, and people are saying,
Hmm.
"Oh, he's weird," or he's basically getting, he's in the Twitter fucking dumpster. My advice for Shamik Moore. Oh, he deleted his Instagram.
Oh,
My
he
advice for
did
Shamik Moore.
after all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
My advice for Shamik Moore
So
is that even though
yeah.
it what do you call it? Um, is embarrassing. You didn't have to delete your Instagram. You could have just took down the post. You're gonna have to sit in this L for a second. But as long as you haven't done anything super creepy, like or super like illegal or super harm against another person, just be a chill guy, my G. Like you got motion, bro. But just because you got motion, don't mean you can't be weird as fuck, bro. So you gotta just kind of chill, be player about it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Shoot your shot once, probably in private. if you're going to use a ambiguous video of you and somebody else that you don't have a relationship in to trick the internet, you gotta do it in a way that it's not crazy. Like if that video had been taken, I guarantee you, if they had done that video last month
Mm-hmm.
or last weekend or the week before he posted it, and like he said coming soon to his music,
Uh-huh.
he had possible ability to be like, yeah, I wasn't saying we were in a relationship. I was just saying, woo. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably would have a better relationship with her. You can't do that with bitches you don't know, bro.
True.
And when I say you don't know, especially if the last time you spoke to them was years ago. You know what I'm saying? You do
Yeah.
that with like,
You knew that was
man,
foul.
what?
So he knew that was foul.
Yeah. All right. Either way, it's getting into the 2 hour, 30-minute mark here, and I feel like I'm losing steam. I need some caffeine. So the last few things I want to touch on: R.I.P. Quincy Jones. The man was a legend.
R.I.P. to the
He
king.
passed away. I forget. What day did he pass away?
I think it was back in October. Or no, not October. Yeah,
He
actually.
passed away November 3rd, 91, 2024 in Bel Air, Los Angeles at the ripe age of 91 years old. Legend, got to live a long time. Hope he went peacefully. Rest in peace to that man. I want to talk about Tyler the Creator selling 297,000 first week for Chromacopia.
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to that man. That shit is fucking
Phenomenal.
amazing, and I feel like it really did get overshadowed by Kendrick's dominance with his album release and the beef ending. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Corday, who a lot of niggas don't even know that nigga dropped an album.
Did it flop?
Yeah, I think it did like 10K or some shit like that.
Oh man, that's garbage.
I mean, I don't know if the album was bad, but the sales aren't good. But did you also know, or did you hear Tyler remixed "Hey Now"?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard snippets of it. I thought it was fire, but I have to listen to the whole song to really like critique it. But just listening to the snippets, it sounds like it's a fire song.
It was cool. It was a cool thing. I listened to the whole thing. He had Jasper and Taco in there. He was just having fun with it, and
Yeah,
I think Tyler. I don't want to say it's underrated, but is underrated to Kendrick still when it's looked at from niggas from the West Coast or just the general rap zeitgeist in and of itself. But we have to put some respect on his name, man. Like Tyler the Creator isn't just a musical genius because he plays the piano, he produces a lot of his own music, he raps so efficiently as well as I want to say elegantly in a way too. If you think about the vibe of "Call Me If You Get Lost" and some of his
like his.
later projects, he is a mogul in and of a sense because with his LaFleur brand, he's done something that Kendrick or Drake hasn't really successfully done, which has captured a part of the internet art zeitgeist in a way that is authentic and true. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Um, he similarly to Kendrick has come up with a crew of people, and then similarly as Drake has seen much of the people because his crew did turn into like I don't want to say his underlings, but like it was definitely he had the highest standing among his peers and associates and was able to help open doors for them to do their own creative adventures. Similar to how a lot of people like to say the OVO sweatshop, but somebody just blatantly put out that like Majid Jordan and Party Next Door are both going on sold out tours next year. So it's kind of like or this past year. And there was one other OVO artist, that girl that they just signed, but it's true. Like Tyler is an enigma when it comes to hip hop that I don't think we see very often, and I still think in a way is underappreciated because the way that this album kind of came and went in the cultural zeitgeist because G and X just took over um, was a little bit sad in my opinion, but shit. That's that. I mean, I don't think we need to really wipe the tears of millionaires too much. The last thing I want to talk about is our health topic of the week, man. And honestly, man, I wanted to talk about my current thoughts on the nursing workforce or the current landscape, the current nursing landscape, like when it comes to what it means to be employed as a nurse. I mean, I've worked now in Baltimore, I've worked now in LA, I'm now in New Mexico, been in Tappahannock, Virginia, been in Richmond, Virginia. As I continue to travel and get back to the East Coast, I want to experience more ERs, to experience more healthcare systems in different versions of America because there's a crisis going on, in my opinion,
Why do you say
that
that?
we don't fix will leave us similarly in a position that our current government is, where the way the healthcare system is set up in a profit over people model
Hmm.
is not dissimilar when it comes, or the people are not just in their customers a lot of times. It's also in the workforce, right? So I'm not saying that comparatively nurses towards some other blue collar positions don't get paid marginally more. I'm simply saying based on the work that nurses do and the importance of that work, should I say, they're not compensated both financially or beneficially to the right extreme. And across the board, you might have variations of that lack of compensation, right? Because we can have our gripes about Huntington Health and what that was.
Hmm.
We'll bleep that out. What was that? 220,
Yeah,
226, 40.
don't put yourself on blast.
Um, uh, we also can't uh, discount. Fuck, I lost my train of thought real quick. Oh yeah, no. But like the hospital I'm working at now is even crazier. Like I'm talking about, um, I'm working in a 20-bed ER with full triage area, psych area, all that stuff.
Uh huh.
Two nights
Do you have
ago,
text?
had, 2 nights ago had three nurses, including myself, on staff, one tech, and a doctor.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dang. So y'all didn't have
Nutshell.
like three texts and stuff like that, like anything.
Huh?
Y'all didn't have like multiple texts and stuff like what we did in Huntington.
And let me tell you this: the two nurses I worked with,
Hmm.
no shade to them, they were great. They're great. They're going to be great nurses. Combined, don't have more than 2 years of experience.
Oh, that's scary, bro.
Nobody died because the way we train the members of our profession from the jump is all evidence based. And I'm not saying that science or healthcare is perfect medicine because it's definitely not. But when we come out of school, we are so prepared and ready for what they're going to throw to us that you could have three nurses effectively run an ER and nobody die and still get efficient care. Now, I don't believe the system has to be that way. especially now having gone to Turkey and seeing how upgraded their concierge healthcare system is.
Uh-huh.
But for that to happen in a similar way that our government has to have these wide, broad, sweeping structural changes, so does nursing. And honestly, I know I'm starting to get into a little bit. I might leave a lot of y'all listeners on the fucking cusp of like, what the fuck? But we are now approaching 2 hours and 40 minutes. So that's a conversation for another day. But for our health topic, I'll leave the listeners with have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope y'all have an amazing New Year and you take the lessons you took from 2024 because for me personally, there was a lot of lessons. There was a lot of I don't want to say obstacles, but there was a lot of shit that popped up in 2024.
There was some weird shit that popped up on 2020.
And honestly, I learned from it and I grew from it, and I hope everyone else did because the sentiment seems to be across the board 2024 at fucking hands. I hope everybody has a better 2025 and they employ the lessons they learned to improve their discipline so that they can achieve everything they want to achieve. Because I know I'm going to strive. But, Isaiah, as always, it is amazing having you on and talking. We're going to get into our content of the week, and then we're going to get out of here. You remember what content of the week is?
Remind me again what it is. It's been a minute, man.
Content of the week is basically where we, the hosts, give the listeners something of the entertainment standard, whether that be music, arts, activities, movies, TV, that can help them pass the time and their day-to-day life. So for me personally, I'll give you an example. I want everybody to check out Dan. It's a new anime on Crunchyroll, based off of aliens, spirits, and like ghosts, and superpowers and telekinesis. But it deals with love, it deals with maturity, it deals with loss. It's a good show. So I implore everybody to take a look into it.
I'm gonna have to check that out then, since you said it was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, bro, I've been like just y'all. I actually came upon this. He's a like a workout like coach. His name is Dr. Mike Isratel. He has some pretty good content. If you're trying to like,
Yeah, I know who that is.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then this dude knows. But for y'all that don't know, if you're trying to start off the new year right, start it right and slow. I recommend his content because he uses a lot of stuff that's practical, and it's not really like complicating or anything like that, like you see on social media. So I would definitely give him a look at. He has some really good content, and he is an expert, like a legit expert. And a lot of his stuff is like, especially with my background in biochemistry, a lot of it I do understand. The way that he talks and articulates himself comes from that background, so I could say like a lot of the stuff he talks about is very, very, very accurate, and it's not like snake oil. So give him a try.
All right, hell yeah, man. Okay, as always, we are the Bullshit for Your Health podcast. Hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's. I'm gonna be turning up probably. I don't know. I'm in New Mexico, so who knows? But I will be raising some champagne because I am off.
Hey,
We'll see y'all 2025,
see ya.
maybe with a new format. But hey, we're gonna stay podding as long as you guys stay listening. Peace.